Week 8, new memory work. Timeline. Council of Nicaea, Augustine of Hippo, walking big. Jerome completes the Vulgate, Visigoths sack Rome. The Middle Ages, circa 450 to circa 1500. Council of Chalcedon, Western Roman Empire falls to barbarians. Okay, and then as always, we would say it, sing it, and then throw in the dice, roll it, and it would be plug nose and say it fast. Like usual on my videos, I'm not going to plug my nose because I want to do the hand motions one more time. But in class, we would all plug our nose and say it fast because that's what the dice told us to do. And we would just keep rolling that, keep rolling the dice, and going through the timeline as many times as we could in our 4 minutes. All right, and that's timeline. Now we have math. This is probably the most difficult skip counting song this year so far that I have come across. Skip counting the 14s. 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, 84, 98, 112, 126, 140, 154, 168, 182, 196, 210. Also, cheat sheet, what I do is I write on my board. I have these tiny little markings to help me remember the flow of the song. So I have a downward facing arrow that shows me that I have to start kind of low, 1428. And then down here, I put commas wherever there's a pause or a break in the song. So that way I know it goes pretty constant until 84 and then after 98 and so on. I underline 154 because it slows way down right there. So I listen to the song and I practice it, but I still get in front of the class and completely forget. So these little markings kind of help me remember how it goes. So math, skip counting the 14s. 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, 84, 98, 112, 126, 140, 154, 168, 182, 196, 210. So we would sing the skip counting song, write and say the times tables, sing some more, and do that off and on for the 4 minutes. English, prepositions. We would chant and then Lamb would tell her prepositional story. So we would start with of, off, on, onto, out. Of, off, on, onto, out. Then take out my card that has it on there. The top of my pumpkin came off and fell onto a mouse who was on the floor before he ran out. Of, off, on, onto, out. I have that on a card. The prepositions are large and highlighted. So after I would do it a couple times, then I would give other people a turn to come up and do it, and they would come up with Lamb and the card. Lamb would tell the story, then we would chant. Tell the story, then everyone chants. And we would do that as many times as we could with the kids coming up and telling the story that we could in our 4 minutes of time. So just little rhymes, little, like I said, just little tidbits to help keep the years straight with each event. So we have history. Tell me about the age of imperialism. British take in 1858. India. British take in 1858. Queen Victoria was declared empress, so in 1877. So you have 77 with a crown on it. Gandhi led the passive resistance before he was assassinated. So when was he assassinated? In 1948. How are we going to remember that? Is in 1948, Gandhi, they assassinate. All right, so moving on to the actual history sentence. Tell me about the age of imperialism. So I made visual aids for this. I have right here, so some key points for the first one is the British established rule over India, and then the year down here, 1858. Let's see that. So this is visual aid number 1. I would hand that to a child. Then we have Queen Victoria rules over India, picture of India, and that she was declared the Empress of India in 1877. So we have Queen Victoria, India, 1877. So this is number 2. I would hand that to a child. Then we have, before his assassination in 1948, Mohammed Gandhi, a little picture of Gandhi, passive resistance movement. There's someone trying to move somebody else out. Helped win India's independence. Happy Independence Day, India. It's a little picture down there. So card number 3, hand that to a child. Then I would hand out the cards. 3 volunteers. So someone would hold this, and someone would hold this, and someone would hold this, and they would keep it down until I read their part. And once I read their part, they would hold it up until their part was over. And I would have it written on the back, just their part. So it would look, and then we would just change out the 3 volunteers to another 3 volunteers to come up and hold up and down the cards when it was their turn of the song while everybody sang. So again, tell me about the age of imperialism. During the age of imperialism, the British established rule over India in 1858, and Queen Victoria was declared the Empress of India in 1877. Before his assassination in 1948, Mohammed Gandhi led the passive resistance movement which helped with India's independence. Okay, now we have Latin, third declension, noun endings. This is the second week we've done this. Last week we introduced it. This week we are just covering it again. So we would say it, sing it, then I would open it up for volunteers to have lamb chops and say it behind the board without looking for everybody. So everybody wants a turn with this one. So we would say it and sing it the first time as fast as we could, and then we would open it up for volunteers. So Latin, third declension, noun endings. Various is eme, various is eme, various is eme, singular third declensions. Ace, ibis, ace, ibis. Ace, ibis, ace, ibis. Ace, ibis, ace, ibis. Plural, third declensions. So then they would get behind the board and do their thing after we sing it. Various is eme, various is eme, various is eme, singular third declensions. Ace, ibis, ace, ibis, ace, ibis, ace, ibis, ace, ibis, ace, ibis, plural third declensions. Then we have science. What are some types of seed plants? This is put to the tune of, well, kind of put to the tune of Michael Jackson's Annie, Are You Okay? And we're going to have hand motions with this one. It's simple. So, monocot. Okay, mono means one in Greek. So, we're going to hold up one finger. Monocot. Dicot. Okay, di means 2. Dicot. So, we hold up 2 fingers. And then conifer. You make cone shaped. Conifer. And I went ahead and just did pictures of a pine cone right there, and then 2 little leaves coming out of the ground for the dicot and 1 leaf coming out of the ground for the monocot. Okay. What are some types of seed plants? Some types of seed plants are monocot, dicot, and conifer. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. Woo! What are some types of seed plants? Some types of seed plants are monocot, dicot, and conifer. Monocot, dicot, and conifer. So that is science. Pretty simple. Say it, hand motions, sing it, take turns with Bob. For geography, I would say it, then we would sing it a couple times, then everyone would go to the table where they have their maps pre-traced. We would locate it, and then after locating everything, point to it while we sang it a couple more times. Then they would erase it with their Q-tips and then show me again. Where is Himalayas? Where is Arabian Sea? They would show it to me without any marks, and then we'd be done. So that's how we would do geography. And this is how the song goes. It is put to the tune of Prince Ali from Aladdin. Indus River Valley in West India, from the Himalaya Mountains to Arabian Sea. The great Indian desert in the upper left, the Ganges River is under. Himalayas and pops out in the Bay. Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal. Just to the right of India. And now we're done with Indus. Indus River Valley in West India, from the Himalaya Mountains to Arabian Sea, the Great Indian Desert in the upper left, right there. The Great Indian Desert in the upper left. The Ganges River is under the Himalayas. It's that black line right there. And pops out in the Bay of Bengal. The Bay of Bengal just to the right of India. Right there. That's week 8. I hope that helps. Let's do history again, because I feel like that was quite messy. Okay. History. Dang it. Off. No, I did it wrong. Okay. Keep some of these dates straight. These dates straight. To keep the dates straight.